You know, my number one question
Yeah.
is what genius said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have this well, this water, I'm going to put it in a bottle, and I'm going to sell it to people, sell it to these suckers, and I'm going to make money because this water is free, but I'm going to sell it.
That idea actually started coming up around the 17th and 18th century. Specifically in 1622, there was a little establishment. It's called Holy Water Bottling Company. Essentially, that's what they called themselves after. They had access to this spring water, and at the time, there was this perception that spring water and mineral water had its unique properties to heal wounds or to make people more relaxed, and it's perceived as something that is better than regular tap water. And people would
Where was this?
this was in the UK.
Oh, the British?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised the answer was an American. Figured everything we've
Well,
always talked
1622,
about.
this is before the US
Uh,
empire came about, if you will, right?
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. This is the colonial empire.
This is still the old world, the
So
UK.
not only did they conquer the world and make everyone do their bidding and take everyone's resources, they also took those resources, put it in a bottle, and then gave it back to them at a price.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what they did. And
Crazy.
the idea came from that perception, right? And even then, like, think about the idea that you can drink spring water of a spring that exists 10, 20,000 miles away from you. And that was part of the deal, that you're
Ah,
tapping into what people, especially well-off, wealthy people at the time, into what they perceive as something sophisticated or aristocratic or something bougie that they want to do, and selling them water that is perceived to be healthier and better from an exotic land in Zambia or something. That is a value proposition they're willing to pay dollars for,
so I'm
and that's
assuming it was expensive at this time.
it was obviously more expensive. So in that specific example for the Holy Water Bottling Company, it was a local
Oh
spring
no.
in the UK for the UK
Huh.
people. It then started to spread throughout Europe as that perception started to grow of spring water benefits and properties
Oh,
and so
okay.
on. And then in the 1720s, 1730s, there was a spa it's called Jackson Spa in Massachusetts, that actually essentially did the same thing. They had access to a spring, they had a spa, and they started selling the same water in a bottle format. Obviously, plastic
This
was
was in
not a thing
glass,
at the
right?
time.
Back in the day, this was in
This was
glass.
either clay or glass. Yes, it was not plastic. And
Clay.
yeah,
Huh.
it was like a vase. Think of like those old vases that you would make out of
Oh,
clay. Yeah.
cool.
At the time, also, this whole idea kind of stayed with us all through the 1800s and 1900s, and it picked up very well in the 1970s when the idea of spas and self-care and like the hippies at the time started to kind of take take those ideas and kind of run with them. That's when you saw a huge explosion in the bottled water industry. It's around that time.
Huh.
It's just a lot of companies started to show up at the time. A lot of brands started to kind of pop in the map, and then it started to become the format that we're familiar with.